guys in the back, y'all can answer this too. Can you tell me what are some dangerous things you can think of? Yeah, Emma?
Cast iron skillet.
Cast iron skillets, okay.
Murder.
Huh?
I could do that with a cast iron skillet.
Touching a hot iron, okay. What'd you say, Blake?
Murder.
Huh?
Murder.
How about an angry mama?
Oh.
That's dangerous. Huh? An angry James is dangerous? Or maybe it's easier to think of what are some things you need to be careful of. Like, you don't go stick metal objects in an outlet, do you?
Yes.
You gotta be careful. You're trying to blow dry your hair while you're in the shower, right?
No.
No, that wouldn't be good, would it? What do you think? I think, like, there are certain animals that are dangerous.
Bear.
Wolverine, bears,
A bear.
tigers,
Oh my gosh, my mom got two on that.
cougars, okay?
A moose.
A moose can be dangerous. How about lightning bolts?
Oh.
In the middle of a thunderstorm, anybody want to go stand out in the yard and hold an aluminum baseball bat up in the
Oh.
air?
Maybe not a baseball bat, but I'll go out there and stand there.
Are you going to sit up here with me, James?
That looks okay.
So, here's the thing. It's real easy to see large, dangerous things and know that they are dangerous. But very small things that are dangerous sometimes get overlooked. As a matter of fact, I brought something with me right here that can destroy this whole building.
OMG.
Mom?
It can destroy our whole city. Even a huge forest. What do you think it is?
I know.
Got Matt curious.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Ooh, I know what
What,
it is.
Emma?
It's a match.
Right, it's a match. Something as little as this match right here. When you start a fire like that, just a little bitty flame will turn into a great big destructive thing.
Okay, shush.
It can turn into a great big mess. It can be terribly dangerous. That's why Mom and Dad say don't play with matches.
We don't even own matches.
Because they're certainly not toys. Don't play with lighters because they're certainly not toys. The thing is, we need to be careful because a fire can get so huge you can't control it. Like right now, there's forest fires going out on the west coast of America that have gotten so big that they're hard to control.
I can smell it.
And it probably started with just a little small flame like what I just had here in front of
No,
me.
kind of better.
The problem is it grows quickly and it gets very hard to put out, and very hard to extinguish. And it can get so hot that people can't get near them to fight the fires. Now, I imagine none of us are going to play with a match or just carry around in our pocket a bunch of matches just for fun. But all of us are carrying something even more dangerous than a match. I think Emma had it stuck out back there. Can you guess what it is, James? Right, it's our tongue. Very small part of our body. Now, our tongue doesn't seem very dangerous, does it? It's actually a pretty enjoyable thing. I mean, think about all the different foods you can taste with your tongue. Think about all the words that you can say because you have a tongue. But believe it or not, our tongue is a huge part of whether we're kind or mean. Because what we say can cause a lot of damage. It can also encourage people. Now, our tongue's not going to burn anything down, but it certainly can make people feel very sad. And it can certainly hurt a lot of people's feelings. And that's where our verse of the week comes from. James chapter 2, or James chapter 3, verse 6. I want to share all the verses around verse 6 so that you see a bigger picture of what's going on. It says, indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we can control our tongues, we would be perfect, and could also control ourselves in every other way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth. And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses it to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And among all the parts of the body, this is our verse of the week, the tongue is a flame of fire. It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. Now that is a pretty scary thought. That what we say and what we don't say impact people and are important. So, as I thought about that this morning, I thought about, here's what we need to do. We need to be very careful with what we say and the words that we choose to use. And before speaking any of them, I want to give you 2 questions you should always ask before you say anything. Number 1, is what I'm about to say true? It's not made up, it's not a lie, it's true. Number 2, the other question you ought to always ask yourself before you say anything is what I'm about to say kind? See, if you ask yourself those 2 questions before you say anything, it's going to be a great step in learning how not to use your tongue in a dangerous way. We have to remember that before we speak words that can be hurtful, that we can't control or reverse the damage they do. It's like a forest fire. Forest fires get so big it can't be controlled. You know, sure, we can say mean, hurtful things and go back to somebody and say, I'm sorry, can you forgive me? And they may say they forgive you, but the damage is always done. When you say something mean just because somebody asks for forgiveness, I guarantee you've had some people say mean things about you. Just because they ask for forgiveness doesn't make the hurt go away, does it? So, I want us to think about this morning, are we building others up or are we tearing them down? Because what we say can either be very dangerous and very hurtful, or it can be something wonderful. And it can change lives. What are some good things we could say? We all think, what are some good things we could say? Yeah.
I like your shirt.
I like your shirt. Okay, I like your shirt too. You need anything you can say that are kind and encouraging? I got a whole bunch of them. How about telling somebody they look beautiful? Or telling somebody they have a great smile? Stop, we get hurt. Telling somebody that they're just a great person. Or that you love them. Like when the mom and dad say, I love you.
Oh my gosh, I did that.
Huh?
I do that one.
Or telling a friend you're praying for them.
I do that one too.
The thing is, we have to learn to be real careful with our words and always use them to help people and not hurt them. Always say encouraging, loving, uplifting words instead of mean, hateful, hurtful words. So let's go ahead and pray, and then we're going to continue on with some worship songs. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I just ask you to help us learn how to control our tongue. Help us to always use our voices to praise you and to tell the truth. And help us learn how to help others by using loving and encouraging words. We love you, God. Thank you for loving us and forgiving us. Amen.